Hey, Spuddies! PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Old World. Things are coming along nicely for me. My capital city is getting heavily built up. I think if I press N, maybe you can see all the crazy yields in here. It's maybe a little bit less clear in this game than it is compared to other ones, like +2 head, +2 food. What is this? What do these numbers mean? But I guarantee you my city is generating enough head for there to be 2 spare citizens in here. In fact, we're making 36 growth per turn in here. But yeah, we're getting like some columns, we're getting coin, we're getting little scrolls, all these different resources. They're fun to accumulate. We've got an intercession. So intercession gives you a chance to have a religious or family head speak to another character on behalf of your leader, potentially increasing that character's opinion of your leader for the cost of a few orders. So I can have the matriarch, Marcia of Pontus Aelius, who is the governor of Theranos and the head of the Judaism religion, talk to Duke Consort Sextus, who is my in-law, somehow, and that will potentially have the effect of increasing his relationship with me, or reducing my legitimacy and increasing his relationship, or having an event. So yeah, I say we go ahead and send them off. See if you can't do that for me. But otherwise, I'm just having a really satisfying time developing my empire. Now, we could also build a mausoleum. Let me have a look at that. I know we were going to talk about wonders here before I actually signed off the last one. So we could get the Apadana. The Apadana gives me +2 victory points, +20 civics per year, and lowers the cost of maintaining my cities by 50% in all of my cities. So that's really, really powerful. Could be a useful one. I am paying an awful lot of maintenance here. Looking in the order of like 200, maybe 300, 400, maybe like 500 to 600 maintenance here. So that's worth nearly 300 gold per turn, which is nothing to be sniffed at. We also have the mausoleum and the museum. The mausoleum gives me stronger units. They start with a guard promotion, a 40% culture boost in all cities. I would say I would win very quickly if I built the mausoleum. It's quite expensive to build, but it would also, yeah, I think the mausoleum is like the way to the victory here. We've also got the museum, which is an urban improvement, which would give me 50% science in this city, and +1 civic per year from elder specialists, which is pretty good. I reckon if I go for the mausoleum here, I'll win the game very, very quickly. So I think that's what I'm going to try to build. Can I build the mausoleum on this tile? I press Alt. It'll cost me 12,000 gold, and I can build it in 15 years. So cool. Could I get another builder to help him out? I don't know. I think actually, I'm pretty sure builders can actually cooperate and build things faster. I could be wrong though. I swear that's a thing I've done in this game before. So we've got this war elephant here who has 2 levels of strike. He's also steadfast, he's a herbalist, and he's a horsebane. Let's see what else we could get. Ooh, promoted to healer would mean he heals every year passively, I think. I could also pick up focus, which would give him crit chance, which is super powerful. 10% chance to do an insane amount of damage. Seems pretty good to me. News that arrived that Egypt's queen has died. The Carthaginian king has died. King has died. And my son exudes an aura of confidence. Very cool. I got snubbed by the new king of Carthage, so I could ignore it and send gifts anyway, or I could just say, hey, you know what? You're a nerd. I'm taking the legitimacy. There's also the road to heaven. The procession of ragged Persian holy men enters the capital, so I could acquire monasticism here, or they could acquire monasticism, and they would owe me a favor. Or I could refuse. I think I'm going to refuse. They can just, get by without my help. Let's see here. Duke Appius is value with tutors. Appius quickly mastered everything, taught him and asked for more. How will the state sate his appetite for learning? Huh. Oh, that's upsetting. If I had enough of either of these resources, I could actually boost my third in line stats. Well, I guess a little bit of experience isn't the end of the world. I have a missionary in this city, so we will spread the religion. And then just for the sake of it, we'll pop on over here and build a monastery next to this grovable resource. That's 4 culture, 2 science per year. These monasteries are honestly been really, really helping me out with my my science income. We'll also build that Jewish temple right there. If you want me to build a garrison, not so sure about that one, Chiefo. I reckon we start slapping down some quarries in this arid area. Stone is a bit of a luxury for me that I'm missing out on, that I don't like not having enough of it. There could be a granary right there, potentially. I'd have to get the city to upgrade first. Perhaps hamlets, or maybe more my speed. Improving a lot of these resources here, like we've got silver mines we're getting online. I definitely need to get more luxuries. I don't know where luxuries are even, really. It can be hard to tell. It could be very, very hard to tell. And this city has upgraded its culture, which means I could probably start the theater square. Can you undo what you just did? Can you build me a theater square? There we go. Perfect. With a theater square going down there, or not a theater square, sorry, a theater, not a theater square. You hear me playing it like I'm playing Civ. I would like to build a stronghold there, but I'm just going to tell this city to sit still for a while. So Rome has finished the level 4 forum, which is one of the 3 things we need to achieve our goal. One of our, our ambitions. So maybe I get to work on the treasury and the archive as well? Yeah. I'll get to work on the archive. I will slow build the archive 2 and then try to fast build the archive 3. Pompeii is working on things. What if you just did some council stuff for me? Yeah, do that for a turn. Council is basically what you can get your city to do for a turn if you don't know what to do with it. And I think that's what I'm going to do in a few cities here. Getting a master poet, perhaps. I don't think I need to get master poets in some of these cities. I'm going to be getting like absurd culture anyway. Oh wow, what's this? They have now, it looks like they have access to spearmen and some kind of archer unit. Egyptian queen is dead, another person is dead, head of Christianity. My son has had a son. I've held a court and we've had an event rather than just an experience and a bunch of law points. I would love to unlock harbors because I could start, cranking out serious money. But I need to unlock moats. I need to unlock portcullis because I have a tech targeted here. I believe it leads to... Oh, I can't remember the name of the technology that leads to, but it leads to a tech that I want. So I can promote my queen. She could become a pathfinder, which would give her 100% production to nets, which would have the effect of 6 growth, 4 culture, 20 gold, and 15 food, because I do have nets in my capital. She could be warlike, getting a nice boost to her culture, or sorry, her... the training ability of a city based on the culture level, or we could upgrade discipline and just get a raw stats boost. I think I'm going to go for Pathfinder here. The extra growth, food, all that sort of stuff seems like it would work out pretty nicely. Now the family scuffle, so this is because of the hold court event. Let's see, different families are having a thingy. So unfortunately, because I'm not charming, I can't just get through this easily. Plus 40 opinion. I think I have a preference for the Fabius family because it's the one I've been focusing on, so I'll just like improve their relation and accept that these guys are going to be a bit mad about me. Colonies are serfdom. Now, I would like to pick some more laws, but I am saving pretty much all of my my points for the things that do the thing. You know the ones. I can't think of the word. There's a word. I'm trying to rush things in my capital is what I'm trying to do. Now colonies, well, you could enact some of these laws. It's a lot of civics that I'm not willing to spend when I've got things here that I'd like to be building. So I don't actually want to be spending my civics right now because I'm trying to achieve a goal. So I'm going to tell this city to do council for like 3 turns, and I'm probably going to tell a lot of my cities to do that for 3 turns in the hope that it gets me potentially closer to quick building what I want in the capital. So I'm going to just pray that works. A ton of builders are busy. We got another Jewish disciple in an event to come, and I think we will look to start converting more cities. Yeah, head on over there. Most of the time though, I'm just kind of like going around building camps. Like I've got some deer here, so I'll just throw a camp down on it. Over here in this city, I actually don't know what to do in this city. I'm kind of waiting for the culture to expand and waiting for this building to be built. I guess in theory I could build a stronghold here. This city could use a hamlet and an Odeon or 2. So I'm thinking I throw down a hamlet right there. Throw down another barracks. Trying to make sure I build my things. Ooh. Yeah, stone is expensive right now. So I reckon a big focus of a lot of my builders are going to be on expanding my stone reserves. It's nearly 11 gold per stone. Or 14 gold per stone, which is really not good. So I need to stop spending stone so willy-nilly and actually develop my stone and iron economy, because iron is super expensive right now. People must be building units out the ass. So I will chill out with my stone construction. Anywhere I could set up like a nice little quarry area is a good question. Theoretically over here, actually. I mean, this is arid. We'll throw down a few quarries in this area. Nice arid land. Arid land has better quarry production, by the way, if you're wondering. My son has gained +1 courage, another person converted. We've got an investment opportunity. We are up to 42 score. We need to get to 47 to win. We need to be double their score +1. I think. So I could send money to Babylonia, which would mean they would owe me a favor, or I could gain experience. King is fully understand the construction himself. Partial owner, trusted investors. I mean, this is a potential opportunity to improve my relations with Babylon, who currently hate me, seriously hate me. It's only 20 opinion for 500 wood. I'm just gonna take the experience. Sorry, buddy. A member of the local government in Pompeii is earned a reputation for shrewdness and efficiency. So I can gain a court minister, which is actually really helpful, or I can gain, oh, perfect. Man, I really want that court minister, but this 900 civic points just comes at like the perfect time for me to like quick chop out like an archive and a thing. So yeah, let's chop out that archive. It's worth 4 science per turn, which is nice. Eventually this archive will be worth 8 and -1. We actually have stabilized our discontent in this city. So if we started running like festivals, we could bring the discontent in here down quite a bit. Duke Appius has been sneaking off into the wild after class every day. So this is my 3rd in line heir. He could become loyal, which is helpful. He could become a herbalist, which makes him a bit of a better leader. Or I could make him be brave. I will tell him to be loyal. Amnesty. Followers of Demeter Younger is language in prison. I could show her mercy. This would actually make my city happier. This would have removed my compassionate tag, and compassionate tag is actually pretty valuable, so I'm going to show her mercy. Upgrade Marcia. Marcia is the governor of Tharanda. She could become a deal maker, which would allow her to build caravans. She could become frugal, which will make improvements cheaper, or I can give her courage. I think of all the things, I think deal maker is better, because I could now in theory build caravans, which are a great way to convert growth into money. We've built all 3 levels of the thingamadoodles, you know, the ones, the things that give culture. The theater squares and all that sort of jazz. 48 years until we hit Legendary 2. Interesting. We could even maybe consider boosting the city some more. So what sort of urban things would we like to build? I guess the city could, in theory, actually have another hamlet now that it's level 4. If I were to throw a hamlet down here, it would open up a lot of options for where I can build my urban buildings. So a hamlet is fine. Alright, Jewish disciple, time to establish the Jewish religion in here. We will, of course, try to purge those other religions eventually. We built some walls in here, trying to improve this city. It might be a good idea just to get a lot of these specialists, the farmer guys. This is a rural city, so this is actually probably a good idea to get these three resources online. And maybe I get a stonecutter first, but you know, these are easy. I'm now known as the Fountainhead because I've just built so many improvements. I guess I'm known as a builder. Some people have died. A couple of people converted to different religions. Commerce studies. Duke Appius has completed this study. He can be a commander, which would make him a good military leader. He would get a bit of courage and discipline. Or I can make him a schemer, which would give him a lot of ability to generate science. Now, being a schemer would allow him to serve as an agent or a spymaster. I could also use legitimacy to buy orders. +2 orders per year per war. I mean, the extra science, he's 3rd in line. So I don't need him to be a battlefield leader. I'll pick up that extra little bit of free science. The era of Judaism. So Drusilla is my chancellor. So she is leading my sort of international diplomacy. I could give her courage, which would just give me training. I could give her discipline, or I could give her wisdom, which is +1 culture in all cities. Hell yes. +1 culture in every city is a huge, huge bonus. Era of universal Judaism. My queen, we are in a momentous and auspicious era. Never before has a nation been so united in purpose, bound together by our common faith, Judaism. Total strangers know that they share this divine bond that transcends all mortal divides. Truly the tenets of Judaism are universal, and it is our duty to spread it to those poor souls lost in the darkness of ignorance. How shall we strengthen our universal faith? Let the faith of Allah support each other. So this would require me to have constitution, which I do not have, and I wish I did, because holy crap is this outcome here really good. So I basically have 3 really, really damn good outcomes here. I can either get 3,000 gold, 18 orders, and a really, really big opinion boost with the leader of the Judaism religion. I can get 3 Jewish disciples across my empire, or I could have gotten like 1,000 civics. I wish I was getting the 1,000 civics, but I'll take the 3 Jewish disciples because that'll allow me to tidy up my religion and finish off certain things. So I'm going to go for the archive here, and I'm going to quick chop it out. We are actually now officially reducing the discontent in Roma. It is slowly decreasing. So I'm going to purchase that archive, and I'm going to come over here to my religion and have a look at this. So it's interesting here. Because I have a state religion and the opinion of Judaism of me is really, really high, I actually get -3 discontent in here. That's really helpful. Pleased religion. Which religion is pleased with me that is like giving me that benefit? It's very... Is it maybe Roman paganism? I guess Roman paganism is fine to keep around here. Man, I've got 11 workers that need orders this turn. Well, let's get to work on it. Get this mine online. I believe this is gold, which will give me another potential luxury to spread around. This Jewish disciple has done his job. This city has been converted, so it might be a... Yeah, I think I can get this guy over here and start building that temple, right? Oh yeah, let's get the Jewish monastery up in this city. Maybe I'll grab this guy here and start building the temple too. Lots of culture. They are quite expensive in terms of the... they're very, very expensive in the sense that they use up a lot of stone over time, but they're very valuable in a sense because they generate orders and all that sort of stuff for me too, which just allows me to have like an absurd amount of workers building things. So to finish off this turn, I'm going to go ahead and hold court in the hopes that that will get me a little bit more civics, and then we can end this year and see what the next year will hold for us. We have almost researched Portcullis, only 3 years left on that tech. Now I keep seeing like a glimpse of an archer in this Egyptian territory. It's like they're exploring for me. I have a marriage offer for my third in line. Hortensia the Scythian. Yes, this marriage with a tribe would hurt my opinion, but it would give me an opinion boost with the Scythians and access to a potentially useful character. And I want to keep my friendship with the Scythians going because they do have like a very nice little army here that I could take control of. If someone decides to go ham on me, I could just pick them up and send them at someone. Basically, I get to use them like my own personal army, which, as you can imagine, is something I do not mind one iota. Another Jewish disciple has finished his mission here. Tarraco has been converted, so we could start the process of building temples and stuff. And I think we shall do so. So I'll pop you over here. There's not a grove resource around here, is there? No, I'll just pop down that monastery. And then this guy will pop down and get the temple too. Man, +1 culture, +1 order. And for the cost of a little bit of stone over time is super worth it. Building a quarry in here. So all I need to do now is to build a level 4 treasury in Rome, and I've completed that mission that I had. So we'll work on that treasury. It'll take 3 turns, and then I might be able to purchase in time if I can knock out both the treasury 3 and the treasury 4. I'm just going to have all of my cities do council for like another 3 turns as well. Every time I run this council, I get slightly more civics, which is making my life easier in terms of trying to complete that legacy. It might be a bit of a waste to try this, but this is part of the exploration of the game, right? Sometimes you get fixated on like an idea that you're trying to achieve, and you learn that that was actually a terrible move. And that's kind of why I'm okay with doing this, because I'm playing on a medium difficulty, I'm learning the game. Another person has converted to Roman paganism. I did hold court, I got the civics I needed. Let's hold court again, so that we can get even more civics. I'll begin... Sorry, where's Roma? I could chop this. I'm just going to let it go for now. Time for a truce with the Egyptians. Well, I may as well just accept a truce. And Antonia is the governor of Ostia. I could give her inspiring or strict or courage. I think inspiring makes sense here. It's worth +6 culture per turn. It would get the city up to potentially legendary culture nice and quick. The vast majority of my actions are doing this. Just managing my my workers and my Jewish disciples, who are not only spreading my religion, but also building the important temples. So let's get you spread to Valentia. I think this is the last missionary I've recruited who will make his way over to the west to continue to spread my... I think I can spread my religion to other people, actually, which is something I never considered. But it's definitely something, if I remember correctly, something you can do. I don't know if it's worth it to do, but it's at the very least worthy of consideration. At the very least. Alright, we're massively increasing our stone income right now. We're building all of the quarries ever. So I'm probably good to not focus on quarries quite as much for a little bit and maybe focus on developing these cities. So my son, who is my heir, gained +1 discipline. Very nice. It's like an end of turn event. I could get a free byreme. Do I care? I'd much rather work towards baths so I could start reducing my my discontent. And also, actually, upgrading doctors can get you a sick amount of culture. Warm baths, man. Yeah, we could seriously take care of our discontent problems if we do this. This will also give me another law. I could steal research with a spy. So I have an option for a new governor over here, which is a Spymaster. They can do all sorts of missions. So these guys can actually help reduce unrest if they have the right skills. So Duke Appius is a bit upset with me. What if I just select him to go here? How would you feel about me? He's cautious. So he's giving me 13 science, a little bit of unrest because he has low thingy. That's fine. I think Thoranda has finished building its Elder Priest, which is... the city's barely gaining descent. Oh, we could build a moat now. So I think that is an upgrade, right? Over the walls. Maybe that would lower the unrest in the city even more. I could also opt to maybe spam out the forum. If I get the forum to max level, that would be also more unrest reduction. Is unrest reduction what I want here? Potentially. I am sitting on a citizen, so I could opt to, for example, improve this miner specialist over here. Did I forget to check if I can have multiple workers work on the same thing? Yeah, it might be a unique thing for like builders or something, or maybe that was removed from the game, but I remember something like that, where different units could like coordinate on a thing. Oh right, I can build groves now. Well, let's finally get this, what I assume is, what is this? What resource is this? This is lavender. Let's get that lavender online. Ooh, theoretically, if I built the museum or the Apadana here, I would win the game if I finished them. Apadana is super powerful. Let's get the Apadana. Boom. All right, what is this builder doing in this city? I think he's just going to get me another theater here. Oof, I am ever expanding the price of stone by buying it. That's why I'm trying to get a surplus of it and just build as many stone producing quarries as possible adjacent to these mountains and stuff. Speaking of which, I should probably just get more quarries over here. At this point, anything that isn't a quarry is a mistake. Because like, let's say I wanted to build this garrison, I'd have to pay 1,000 money. That is just no good. Get me more quarries, please. That's the end of the year. We're about to finish the treasury too. I've got 3 years. I've got 3 years to finish the treasury for. See if we can pull it off. We held court, so we got a big boost of those. Let's hold court again. Gadoosh. We come in. Treasury 3. We insta-pop it. It'll finish next turn. And then our hope is that we can do treasury 4 in time to hit this legacy. I know this legacy! I know I've spent like 2 episodes working on this legacy. Declare war on Egypt, or I can gain experience. I'm going to take the experience. You can get wrecked. Get out of here. Looks like an earthquake in Modicea is a strong culture event. So we can gain a priest in Modicea. Do I even have room for a priest? Well, apparently I do. Okay, so I have room for a priest. This would give me a priest. I would become a zealot. I would no longer be a judge. So quite a few things would change here. So I'd no longer be a judge. I would lose 2 compassion and 2 discipline, but I would gain 4 here. So I would gain over 100. I don't need the training, so I don't think changing there makes sense. I could become a builder, which also has a thingy. This would give me a huge chunk of science. I'd become a builder. I'd no longer be a judge. I kind of like being a judge. I would lose quite a bit of civics in Roma. And just civics in general. I'd gain a lot of money. I was going to say there's nothing we can do. Well, the science is really good. It'll finish architecture for me. So I'm now a builder, which I think builder as leader can add multiple workers can build improvements. So that was actually that thing I was talking about. So Duke Lucius, I'll deal with you in a minute. I think I had a builder somewhere here that I could use. So if I were to put you, let's press control, put you on that tile. Yeah, that shaved a couple of years off that. Okay, cool. Which means theoretically I could be winning very, very soon. Can you jump onto that tile? 7 years on that. And then could I get another guy to jump on that? Boom. 5 years on that wonder. Okay, cool. So his expiration ends. I could honor him for his bravery. Wait, is there like an option here? Oh, interesting. So I could... so this is like a smaller way to deal with these events. So he can become brave. He can become blessed. Or I can keep him exploring. You should keep exploring there, bud. Message arrived from Ereban. What stories of the savage Roman nation have reached the court of Babylonia. Urges me to accept Zoroastrianism as a state religion, as he has done. A nation must unite under things. So I can make Zoroastrian my state religion, and it'll spread it. We welcome it, but it does not rule us, so... Or we could do not want foreign faith spreading in our religion. I don't want foreign faith, so get out of here. Now, I haven't really been using my agents up here very well. So, for example, I could have my Spymaster infiltrate a nation. For 400 gold, we have a 50% chance of infiltrating enemy territory, but we do get exposed and we will lose legitimacy. I could slander a nation, which would make everyone have a worse opinion of certain nations. I could steal research. Now, I'd have to have cartography in order to do that. I could also set up agent networks. Choose an agent for Carthago. So I can send my dudes as agents into enemy nations. I reckon we just see if we can infiltrate Carthage. Start using these Jewish disciples to build yet more temples and monasteries over here. Must be adjacent to 2 urban tiles. Well, I'll just have to wait. So send a missionary over here to spread Judaism. And then I have one last worker who is over here building me some quarries. Alright, so please... I should be able to purchase the level 4 treasury in Roma, which means I have all 3 of those buildings to level 4, which is kind of crazy. Oh, I just got a bunch of score. We're at 45 score. Looks like Governor of Tharanda died. That's unfortunate. New head of Judaism. And my son, my heir, has given birth to a daughter. So valuable experience. Matriarch Aurelia the Younger, governor of Italica, has had a revelation about her experiences as a leader. So this is a culture event, which is why my score went up. She can gain discipline or wisdom. She already has pretty bad discipline, but money doesn't really matter. I would rather get the wisdom here. It's +1. It's a very small increase in science, but it is an increase in science. The origin of the state. Cato, the great thinker and politician in Nida, has come forward with a text chronicling the story of Rome. So this is a developing culture event in Nida, which is where I got the second point. So we can get +60 culture in Nida, or we can get opinion boost with these guys, or we can make Cato the intelligent a court minister. Ooh. Yeah, let's add him to our ministry here, because if I go to my court members and take him, now I'm getting the benefit of his skills. He's providing me with 10 civics. He's providing me with 2.5 training and a little bit of gold. Welcome, Cato. Thank you. As our treasury is filled with the finest luxuries, Julius families come to demand a cut. So I can send pearls to the Julius family as they... I'm going to snub the Julius family because I believe in this city there is a way to tell... Yeah, I'm going to send gems to this city and I'm going to send pearls here. I want to send them directly to the city rather than to my families. I've got 1 spare luxury that I could send to someone maybe. Alright, cool. Probably a good idea just to train my monk up. Get him all the way up to the master monk level, which will take quite a while, but I absolutely think is worth it. Tharanda lost its governor, so probably could use a new one. Ooh, Cato the Intelligent. Yes, you can govern the city. Let's just upgrade the forum, I reckon. It's not a legendary culture, so there's not really much point in that. Decree festival. I could run a rake of festivals in here and just completely obliterate. Yeah, I'll do 2 festivals. That'll force the city to grow, and it will also reduce the discontent. So what's going on in Pompeii? Oh well, first things first, let's make sure that we get this treasury done. So Boosh, we'll get the treasury next turn, which will complete this ambition. I don't think there's really much need to focus on many of these things anymore, because I'm pretty sure I'm like right on the cusp of winning, right? We're not quite done in here. Why don't you do a festival to cheer the city up a little bit? Bellum. Let's get a stonecutter specialist. Very nice. Choose production in Valentia. Get me a farmer in here. In Tarraco, I suppose we'll get that monk all the way upgraded. And in Alias, you could use a governor. Manias is the only guy available, so I'll throw him in the city. And I definitely feel like getting these monks online is like the really fun and cool thing to do, in my opinion anyway. Oh yeah, I don't have a religion up in this city. Ah well, perhaps we get a minor specialist on this resource. That seems pretty good. Let's get that temple started. It's worth it. It's worth it. Jewish disciple. The city has already been converted. We'll start the monastery. Granary in the city for the extra growth. Granaries eat up a lot of food, but the extra growth feels like it's kind of worth it, so I don't have a problem. I have a problem investing in the granaries. What do we need here? Oh yeah, amphitheater for sure. Give me that culture, that negative discontent. Negative as in it improves it, which is a little bit ass backwards if you ask me. Jewish praise. Porcia approaches me one morning. She wants a blessing to sponsor an upcoming religious festival. Allowed other family. Ooh, yes. Well, I'm going to upset you because I want that legitimacy. Legitimacy seems like it's really, really important. Matriarch, governor of Tharanda, has died in office, but I think I already picked a new leader for that city. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And I may actually just straight up win this next turn, depending on if any of my cities like have a culture event. Yes, so we completed the legacy. Perfect. Control all these treasuries and stuff. We can unlock coinage, which would give us access to the market. Cost us... the fair, I think, gets extra bonuses from luxuries. Maybe I'll just research something cheap. Yeah, you know what? I'll upgrade coinage. It also gives me the option to automate my workers, and I'm curious to see how worker automation could potentially work in this game. Considering how precise your land development is, and how important, like, actually, like, because you're basically designing a city when you're playing this game. It's not really like other games where you can kind of, like, leave it up to the AI of the game to do it for you. You're kind of building it yourself. So I'm going to build a stronghold in this city, which could be done. It could be done. But I'm going to build up some barracks as well. No, I like having really strong unit production, even if I don't really need it or am particularly using it at the moment. I'll pop in here. We'll start a Jewish temple. I can see why players would want to automate builders, because it is a bit of a pain to micromanage so many units when you have like a particularly big and sprawly empire. But I don't find it to be that bad. It's fine. Not a big deal. So Rome has fully built all of these memes. I could just for a bit of fun see about running festivals and getting rid of all the discontent in here. It's an interesting idea. I could build some military units. Like I can build legionnaires in 3 turns in here. That's how powerful this city is. I have 5 citizens though that I'm sitting on. I feel like I should maybe get some of these boat guys. What should I do? What should I do with this city's production? A bunch of training. Do I pick up some poets? Maybe some acolytes? The acolyte, if I remember, is quite useful, because when you get them up to max rank, they give you a full order. So acolytes are a great way to expand your order economy, but I don't need just orders. More acolytes, rural specialist. I could get a poet, I guess? Lots of culture. It's an interesting move. Oh yeah, I should totally actually just get a monk in here. Like I'm doing in a bunch of other cities. Just get the monks. There's a bit of an apprehension for me here, because at any moment now I could just win the game. So I failed that legacy. I lost some legitimacy. Oh, my son is becoming bitter. People are losing legitimacy. I have revealed the territory of Carthage using my Spymaster. Now that did cost me legitimacy because my spying was discovered, but that is cool. Let's go ahead and infiltrate Babylon. I'd like to see their territory too. The Spymaster is actually super useful for figuring out things on the map. I wish I'd known that earlier. Again, we're kind of discovering the game and what works and how mechanics even begin to function. So this has been a very fun and exploratory game. Although I will say this, it has been tough, because normally when I play a game like this, I don't go, yeah, let's get some cold baths in here. Try to lower the negativity or whatever. I normally don't try to finish a game. So that has been a new experience for me, is going into a game essentially blind and then trying to finish that game in a single setting. That has been tough for me, because normally I like to play a game for a little bit, learn a bit about it. Oh, looks like we found something. All right, we finished a quarry, so I guess we just get some stone. Stone is valuable, so I'll take it. 2 councillors are having a heated dispute. I will make friends with my chancellor. There we go. And I can choose a new ambition. So I can control 3 cathedrals, which kind of works with this weirdly. 3 cathedrals, all right, but they want me to get 6. Capture 5 foreign cities or 10 elder specialists. I feel like elder specialists is now doable for me, so I'll take that again. Vibius is the governor of Tarraco. I'll give him Delver. Just a little bit of extra raw resource production seems okay. So we built a ton of ranchers over here. We've got growth coming out the wazoo. Yeah, a couple of religions are a little bit upset. What do we got here? We got Zoroastrianism and Judaism. The Jewish disciple. Well, I don't think I need one here actually. I think when I started training a priest, it would take care of a lot of my issues here. Alternatively, I could just get some more specialist stonecutters. Seems like the move. What have we got in Ithaca? This is a rural city, so there's like a big advantage to me to training like gardeners, because they're super fast. It only takes 2 turns. And like if I wanted to, I could just pick up all these stonecutters, because they're all 1-turn builds basically. Like you get trappers super fast. Yeah, let's just get all the rural boys, right? Bunch of trappers in here. I'm gonna leave that city alone now because we've queued up all that and it's using up a bunch of stuff. Calave Artradabatum. There's a poet in here. Oh, for sure. Get me a monk. Those monks are good. Valentia. Perhaps we would get you a ranch. Sounds good. Get a nice rancher in here. And that's it. That's all she wrote for this year. Man, I've got like 30 workers and I'm still not using all my orders. I'm making so many now. Oh, lovely. So we built the mausoleum. Demeti the Younger has converted to Judaism. Duke Publius is now old enough to be tutored by courtiers. And we have achieved the double victory. So we could choose between to show me how this came to pass, or we are not done with our story. We can continue playing if we want. I think I'm done. I've learned a lot about this game in this playthrough, and we can go check out our timeline here. Oh, this is cool. So what happens if I play advancing by event? Play advancing by year. Sorry. Okay, so you can see Oh, this is so cool. This is something that's really missing from Civ 6 and other 4X games. Is you need this. This is so cool. Oh man, you can see all the events coming in too, just streaming in. You can see us discovering the continent. Man, those first few years where you don't have a lot of knowledge of the world and things are really underdeveloped, you feel very small. You feel very, very small. I feel like I spawned in the perfect spot too here in this game. Like basically in the corner of the map on my own. I feel like I expanded really, really well. I got my cities out pretty quick. Maybe I could have focused more on settling. I feel like really, really early game, it might be really powerful to just focus on settlers and military and really just take over the map and don't even worry about builders. Like maybe get a builder or two. Especially as someone like Rome who seems more focused on militaristic adventurers. Nice. Look at my empire, dude. It's so big and robust. You can toggle fog of war. Oh, why didn't I do that bit in the beginning? No! Can I quickly replay it but on high speed? Yeah, there we go. You see, so one of the things you may not know about this game is, but the AI typically actually starts slightly ahead of you. That's just to give them a small advantage and make the game a little bit more interesting. This is very surprising the way that they spawned this map. I would have expected maybe there to be an AI to my north. But you can see just me spreading. And the thing is, I didn't actually have to really develop that much of a late game city here. And because I had so much room to myself, and on lower difficulties, the economy is so easy to manage. I had so many resources, I could just very, very easily build a bunch of wonders and get a bunch of score. But I definitely feel like if I were to play this game again and maybe bump the difficulty up one notch, I feel like we could have an interesting and slightly longer game, maybe with a bit more warfare. But yeah, let's exit out of this. That's this game. This is Old World. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these videos. I love you all very much. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos of Old World, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.